wow, this is amazing. Oh wow, they had like performers. Or okay, they not a performer? They're not a part of the show? Oh, that was just beautiful. They just came from the table and started dancing for the violinist and the guitar. I mean, not the guitarist, but the pianist. That's amazing. Oh yeah, I'm eating here tomorrow before I leave. Like, this is the most amazing thing that I've seen. That's my dream. I just got to eat at Coca Cola. Ariana, this is so beautiful. Oh wow, they got more dancers. But I think this is like people that are just dancing because they're here. Okay, yeah, I'm getting dressed up and I'm coming here tomorrow with my heels on. I wore flats and a dress. Definitely might buy after the week I've had. Look at that drinking. Isn't it so pretty? Hold on, let me take a picture of it. Good. Everybody was good. That first group, that first little couple, they was better. But because she had that shit on. Okay. A lot of people don't know how to dress. Okay. But this is, yes, this is everything. This is definitely more my speed. Oh my God. I was such a wreck yesterday, and this has gotten me in such a better mood. Hearing a violin and my peace. Like hearing my own piece. Okay, who's next? Okay, mama. Mama. Mama next. Let me see if mama still got it. Okay, mama. Oh, everybody coming out. Oh, mama dragging that leg too. Why they over there disturbing mama? Ain't nobody came out on their dance. I need to go over there. Cause I'm missing it. Cause of the I got my legs out. Hold on, let me show y'all. Where mama go? Oh, mama right there with that young man, baby. She got a young bull. Hold on, let's down right there. The thumbs up, like, and subscribe. That's the only way we're gonna get more content. I know y'all miss me. I miss y'all. Look at this. Isn't it beautiful? But look at this place. These women. Oh look, everywhere you go in the mall, even though this is like fancy, they have somewhere for kids. Like they're really big on like family and kids. Even like I said, it's in the mall, a restaurant in the mall. Like they're big on kids. Mama getting it, baby. Ooh, look at mama in her red bottom. Y'all see how mama stepping over there? Ooh, 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 ooh. Mama over there showing out. Mama ain't playing, bitch, in her red bottom. This is my type of carrying on. Mama is not playing. Ooh, now she rubbing up his leg. Yes, Mama said you got her all the way fucked up. Yes, Mama, come on. Show them how you do it. With your red bottoms on. Putting glitter all over that man. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. And Mama looking good in that dress too. No, I'm not getting on. I don't have the proper shoes. I wore flats because I rode an Uber over here because it's the mall. I wasn't expecting this. But let me show y'all. So this is like the toilet area, but you see how like in this restaurant, they got a play area for kids. Baby, only M&M's. Only hold on, I have to record this. Hold on. I'm not gone. I'm taking a pause so I can record this. Hold on. Baby, I had to make a 3-minute video. Mama was over there cutting up. She back over there with her man. I had to come back to get my drink. It's a tropical, let me make sure I don't waste it. It's a tropical caipirinha. It's the drink they're well known for here in Brazil. So, yes, darling. I'm gonna keep flipping back over. Hold on, how should I flip it? Like this. Oh, yeah. The boho. That's how I should do it. It's everything. Like, what's up? See the dancers, but there's like this medium in the middle, and I can't see. And y'all won't be able to see it either unless I get up. But I don't want to keep leaving my drink because I ain't from here. And I don't want them to try to kill me. There was something in my drink the other night and I was talking to mad crazy. And I seen some at the bottom, but I still kept drinking it. Because you know how, I seen it in both drinks. And I was like, I'll just drink from the top. That's how you know I'm on some bull. This place is called Pobre Juan. I don't think I can see it. Pobre Juan. Yeah. It's been a hell of a week. I need a vacation after the vacation. So after I come back, because I wasn't able to get a lot of content on this trip. There wasn't really much to see and do. And I was with friends and their family. And, they don't do that filming shit. They lost their mind on a picture. So I didn't get a lot of filming in on this trip. What a bust. So I'm going to do a trip after the trip. I need like a vacation after the vacation, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to either probably do Essence, like go to Essence for a couple of days. I haven't done Essence in a while, but it's hot. And so from going from hot to hot, and you gotta go back to Texas, it's crazy. So I'm either gonna do that or Vegas, and Vegas is hot too. I don't know. I'll probably go to Vegas. But something tells me with all the drama on YouTube, with the pew that I heard that might want to stay out of Vegas. Because, I got a hot head too, but not that craziness. They got papaya seeds in it. They caipirinhas are strong. Let me show y'all again. I forgot, is this the what? Papaya seeds? I don't know what the hell. But it's a caipirinha. Like, that's their national drink in Brazil. Like, they drink a lot. The last restaurant I went to that I spoke so highly of on Google before I got my bill, they charged me for the fruit in the drink. And then they charged me for the alcohol, which was crazy. Like, fucking crazy. And then they charged me for the performers, which I wasn't expecting. Because I was like, y'all the one, that should be like, imagine if you go somewhere, everywhere there's a performer in a restaurant, or guitarists, they charge you a fee for that. So they literally charge me at Cocobonga. Now I see why they have mixed reviews. Let me show you the receipt. And it was funny. Cause I was like, what the fuck? Look at this receipt. And this is in Brazilian real. So see how they charge me for the fruit? And then hold on. Then they said program artistic. What the fuck? I was like, what the fuck is that? That's for the performance. But it wasn't that bad, but still, for me to have a happy hour, 2 happy hour drinks, and 2 happy hour drinks, and then some breaded shrimp, that was kind of crazy. So that's for the performance that I didn't know I was going to be charged for, which is not bad because that's in real. And then this is for the shrimp. All these $4.90s, that's for the fruit like this in your drink. If you get fruit in your drink like this, they're going to charge you a separate charge. So that's the charge for that. And then this is the alcohol. So you pay for the alcohol, you pay for the alcohol, you pay for the fruit. Fruit, alcohol. And then they charge me for limes. What in the fuck? Everybody's getting affected by the tariffs. Oh, passion fruit seeds. Thank you, Lotus. I'm so dumb. I don't eat a lot of passion fruit, especially not in the U.S. You know, you gotta pick and choose your battles with. We got that man in outfits. Stuff is so expensive, and I'm a Whole Foods HEB kind of girl. Don't even get me to lying. So, it's like, you want the passion fruit or do you want the avocados? And I eat a lot of avocados because I like to have a good CDL, LDL for my cholesterol. So I eat a lot of avocados. Avocados have skyrocketed. And if I'm going to enjoy my retirement, I have to start picking and choosing how I spend my fucking money. Like, I'm going to have a whole conversation with y'all about retirement. Like, I literally retired this is 2025. It was official in 2024, like in February, but I literally like left out the door and never came back in October of 2023. But I went on leave, and then, that's a whole nother story. So I went on leave and I had to get all the financials, all my people, all my advisors. And I went on a vacation. And you know what happens when you go on vacation? I go on vacation a lot and I work remote, and I get it. Some people like, you have a good job, you work remote, blah, blah, blah. Bitch, I need my mental peace. I've been working all my life. I'm part African. So if you are a person that you've been working all your life, let's say you've been working since 18, bitch, you should be able to retire at 38 if you could afford it. Because I get this question a lot. You're so young, how are you able to retire? That's an easy answer. How is a person able to retire under the age of retirement in the U.S.? Shit. If the U.S. has anything to do with it, they'll make you retire at 70, 80 years old. But look at the quality of life. The life expectancy for black people, women, people getting their 50s, 60s in the U.S. is fucking unheard of. Now I see why people say, when they win a lottery, give me my money up front. Because tomorrow's not promised to you. Live it the fuck up. So when I went on leave, which there's a video, and that's what started this. I went on a mental leave and all of that. Like, I needed it. Like, working every day, working weekends. I started working 3 jobs when I was younger. Like, there's a whole fucking story I can get y'all on. And I went to 4 countries in 30 days. I went to Singapore, Amsterdam, which there's a video on my YouTube. That's when that mental wake up and going to the temple and all that shit, losing my second brother, who was only 23. My first brother that I lost was 18. My second brother I lost, and both of them died from accidents. Both of them didn't have any children, didn't have any wives, no girlfriends. So I'm like, fuck this. America's fucked up. The world's fucked up. Live your fucking life. Don't worry about what nobody has to say. I'm an extrovert. This trip has taught me a lot about myself. I'm an extrovert. So I did 4 countries: Singapore, Amsterdam, Thailand, and Indonesia. I went to multiple cities within those countries. The last country, which was Indonesia, I went to Bali. I went to Phuket, Seminyak. Oh my God, I had a fucking time. So after that, in December during my birthday month, I went to, ooh, that cute bitch. Okay, girl. You gotta give. Anywho, so you know I could get all over the place. So after that, I went on a cruise last year in February. That's when I made all the fucking calls. It wasn't even a smoke. It was not, you know, it's when you out and sea, there's limited signal. I don't care what kind of Wi-Fi package you buy. The signal is fucked up. So I went on this expensive ass cruise with Norwegian. And I stayed in a studio suite, single. Got out of an engagement, all of that. I'm a widow. All kind of shit happened in the last couple years. So, job hopping, contract ends, this, you're all over the fucking place. All the fucking layoffs. And I was seeing the writings on the wall. I said, fuck this. I can't take it. I just had a mental fucking breakdown. I said, I need a fucking break. I work too motherfucking much. I need a motherfucking break. It was a story about this woman that died at Wells Fargo at her desk, and them hoes didn't even know she was there for a whole week. A whole week. And they smelled a smell. Remind you, I'm a jack of all trades. I worked in funeral homes too. My family owns funeral homes in DC and shit. A body, no embalming. She's sitting at her desk, dead, a whole week. People passed by her desk, and they didn't think nothing to check on her. Hi, good morning. That's how I was like, when that happened, that was when I was going through all that stuff. So I checked with all my accounts, TransWise, Fidelity, talked to all my advisors, Chase Bank, JP Morgan. JP Morgan was sending a whole bunch of emails because the stock market, when that man came in office, it went up a little bit. Bitcoin went up. You know, I've been in crypto since 2010. I'm not gonna tell you what because I'm not a financial advisor. That's not my job. That's why I hire people to do that. All these people get on here and they fake it with you and tell you about crypto and all this stupid shit, how to retire early. It's no magic trick. It's no special plan. It's just you fucking do it. You work like a fucking slave. That's it. That's it. Like, I don't, so I worked all my life. Different jobs, mostly tech sales. Like, even though I'm private, I'm not private, I'm on YouTube. I don't make any money from YouTube. I just enjoy it. I feel like everybody should put a stamp or a footprint on their life. And I was at that moment too, like, bitch. So I'm documenting because there was a lot going on. So I said, I want a footprint of my life. Now I see why people do content creating, blah, blah, blah. I don't get monetized. I'm supposed to be monetized on all my platforms, but I'm not, because I go off, I say what I want to say. I say the truth. Some stuff is taken me out, some stuff don't always make it. And I'm a very honest person. I've had so many people come to me and was like, man, like after the fact, they don't ever tell you, because people be in the bushes looking and seeing what you say and you post, and they'll never say, hey, I did this and it worked. They'll wait like fucking months, years later, or y'all get into it or some shit. Like this one dude I blocked on Facebook, he was like, I like you, but I don't like blah, 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 blah. I don't know even what we were arguing about. But he was like, I even followed one time when you was giving some financial advice about something that happened to you. And I did that and I made a whole bunch of money of it. I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, how does that help me? That's not helping me. You telling me you did something I told you years ago? I don't care. Great for you. But he was being rude, like disrespectful to women and stuff. That's what I remember. And I don't like that. Like me, I like quiet until you keep poking. They got booties in Brazil. I know they might be man-made, because they definitely ain't born with them. Anywho, a lot of these Brazilian girls, because the healthcare over here is free. That's a whole nother story I gotta tell y'all. They got dentist shops, teeth, body work stuff, like it's a McDonald's on every corner. There's literally people, homeless people with signs talking about dentists. There's no reason for your teeth to be raggedy, for there to be homelessness in Brazil. Like, I was talking to an associate of mine, and she was saying how the government gives them like $1,600 a month. We don't get in real, not US, not the peso, none of that, but real, a month. But there's homelessness, and I said, why is that? And she was like, well, maybe because people be on drugs. Like, everybody ain't on motherfucking drugs. And first of all, even though it's 1,600 real, the way y'all be charging, they charge me 2 real to go to the restroom on the beach. So the way they charge around here for things, I'll probably be homeless too, with only 1,600 real, And I don't know, but then I seem like I'm not even gonna say that. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that. Yeah, the BBLs is ridiculous. So when they see, especially because I'm black, and I'm black, I'm like, you have regular and decaffeinated. Like, they look at my teeth, and they like, oh, they don't look like veneers, bitch, because they not. These are my real teeth. I had a big gap, and I got braces in the U.S., and I paid almost over 10 grand. And I wore them for almost 3 fucking years because I didn't wear my rubber band. The fuck? They get all that over here for free. Yeah, they ain't born with that shit. And then they got some nasty attitudes. A lot of them got nasty attitudes. These Latin women over here in Brazil, nasty attitudes. Some of them are nice. Don't get me wrong. Like the older ladies. Because they done been through some shit. Maybe that's a worldwide thing. Old women that done been through some things, they be nice. They be like, oh, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, they won't touch you. You didn't even ask them to touch you. They gonna touch you. But these young hoes over here, baby, hoes, it's a lot of them, okay? A lot of hooking going on. A lot of TTSE, all that going on over here. They let you get married 13, 14, 15 over here. You can't even wash them properly. Okay? But you over here getting married. Don't get me started on here. This is why a lot of these American men, especially like the broke ones, the ones that be in the military, they can't speak a lick of no other language. But that's why they quit. Them U.S. military men, they're the dumbest. A lot of them are the dumbest. That's why they come over here and get these women, because they're like $1 a real a day. Like for 30 real or less than 30 real, you can get a woman for like a month or something like that. Like, it's that kind of carrying on over here. It's sad. Like the women, not even women, the children, the teenagers, they marry these old men, which, I ain't mad at a sugar daddy, but these are minors. Ew. Like, they marry these kids over here. Yeah, dusties. You know the kind. They come over here and these studs, okay? A lot of these women be gay too, gay for pay. So, they don't be really gay, but they gay for pay. Okay, gay for pay. Okay, there's a lot carrying on. It's like when I went to Colombia, if I could post what I saw in Colombia, on here, actually, even though Colombia was crazy than a mother, I just say a lot about Colombia. Colombia was better than here. Well, I don't know if this is just this city or this state, because I'm in Manaus. It's not really like big on tourists. Like, they have the jungle the Amazonian jungle. This is where, which I filmed. I'm gonna post later. Tell me if I should post this. Give me a whole bunch of likes and I'll post it. That's where the movie Anaconda was made. Like, that came out like when I was a freaking kid. So Anaconda came out, and that's where they filmed some of Anaconda, was in the Amazonian forest here in Manaus. And then they filmed the rest in LA. What the hell? How you going from the Amazon to LA? But it was Jennifer Lopez in it, so I can understand it, and Ice Cube. So they took the Amazon to the hood. That's one thing about this food. It gets stuck in the tip. Okay. Yeah, they prey on the women. Even when I was in Thailand, but Thailand, baby, there's some old, sophisticated bitches. Baby, them bitches, them women over Thailand, baby, you ain't gotta push them bitches in the river. But I still don't like that they got a menu. Thailand, they so sophisticated. You can walk in that place and they'll give you a menu like this. They'll give you a menu like this. And you basically picking your woman and what you want from your woman off the menu. I don't even like Diddy. I don't like Diddy because I think he's mean and he's abusive. But I feel like if all these other people can do it, go to countries and it's legal to do it. Like, I even seen the police. What you call it? The policia. I seen the policia. Literally, like, seeing the men going into establishment, even in Amsterdam, red light district, the banana and the tailpipe. They got this place called Crazy Monkey or Simon's Monkey or something. Shit. Up in Amsterdam, baby, all these countries, and it's legal. It's legal. But if you from the U.S., a lot of U.S. men go over to other countries and they buy hoopananny. They buy hoopananny. Or they might fly it in. And that's sex trafficking. Or S trafficking. We gonna have to say S because you know YouTube. Now, if they consent, then they consent. But I don't. When it's the M's, the MRs, the Arners, the Einers, I don't agree with that. No. But if it's some grown women, fuck that. Do what you, girl, they over here trying to make money. That's the oldest trade in the book. The oldest trade in the book is home. I might know a few hoes. Okay? They might not got good credit, but that's all they know how to do. They not book smart. They street smart is them selling cat or selling Decalogue. Because also there was like, gay men. That's real big in Brazil. The pee industry, you know what I mean? You know that stuff you watch to get your rocks out? It's big over here in Latin America, especially Brazil. A lot of the men like this come over here and be getting the Latin men, baby. They be getting these Latin men and they be, because they not really hung over here. They not really hung over here. So they come over here, especially some of the, the black men that's like this. They come over here and they come get them a Latin boy. I done seen some videos on a show. I'm an expert. I'm a connoisseur. Like Tammy with Tamika, whatever her name is on TikTok. I just started watching TikTok. These men, they be getting these men and they be power bottoms. They be bottoming them out like a volcano. They be bottoming them out. It be, you don't even understand. A lot of these men, you be thinking your husband, he's going to a finance conference. No, girl, he over here kidding. Or like Janet said in that movie Color Girls, either you doing the bending or they giving the bending. There be a lot of men over here bending down, okay? Yeah, I am. I see these people on the camera, so I don't have to watch behind me because I see them. I got cat eyes. Yeah. So, and the crazy thing, they be talking a lot of crap about a lot of countries, and these poor countries, or what they call third world countries. Who knocking? Anywho, somebody knocking on something. And everywhere I go, every country, I don't give a damn if it's a small town, country, or whatever, small city. The Asians and the Indians are here, baby. They in the stores. They own the stores. They own the souvenir stores. They own the restaurants. Everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, they own it. Let me see what y'all saying. Yeah. Yeah, the Anaconda movie with Ice Cube was filmed here in Manaus, Brazil, where I'm at right now. But that jungle, baby, I said, baby steps. Before I take the jungle tour, let me go visit their botanical gardens. Because they had a botanical gardens here in the Amazon. And I didn't drive. I took an Uber because Ubers are, like, they have Uber here. You got to use the code and whatever. Everybody, and that's another thing. This whole country speaks Portuguese. So, Portugal invaded Brazil. So a lot of people speak Portuguese. So the Spanish people that you think are Spanish, they really like mix with a lot of stuff. Portuguese, this, and there's indigenous people that look like me. Going back to what I was talking about I'm regular black. Cause I'm all kind of black. And I guess I would say I'm indigenous, but I'm not no Indian, but a lot of people want to say they got Indian in their blood. I might, I don't know. But I said, let me go to the botanical garden before I go in this jungle with these people. Because they have a lot of rules. First rule I break, I had on open-toe shoes. Because it's cobblestone everywhere you walk to. There's a lot of stone. Even if you got on tennis shoes, I like my feet to just be sliding, but open and where I can just, be flat. I should have worn my tennis shoes though. So the first mistake I made to the botanical gardens, they said I had to have closed-toe shoes. And I see why, because I'm going to tell you. So they gave me like some boots that look like rain boots. They were black with yellow at the bottom. I had to rent those. And they gave me some socks. Okay? Don't pay for the botanical gardens, because low key, I just literally, when they told me to go pay for the boots, I just walked on in. I didn't even pay. I paid for the boots and just went on my own safari. Why did I do that? Shit, I lost my mind. I went to the lake first. I started hearing things. Baby, then I went to the museum by myself. I did all this by myself because everywhere you went, most of the places, they had somebody in there. The lake, it was nobody by the lake. Oh my God, they had these beautiful lily pads. But the sun was so bright and reflected on my camera, you could barely see the lily pads. But they have these lily patties that I seen in Thailand. On top of that, the water was swampy looking, like you don't know what's in it. Then I read on the sign, they had that in English, but the tour people that I heard walking past me, they wasn't speaking nothing, even though they said the tour is in English. And then I looked it up on the internet after I left, how much it cost to get in there. They were like 200 real, and some people was telling me like all those different tours, like Amazon Jungle Tour, is like 200 some US dollars. Bitch, I just walked through that motherfucker. I won't do it again, but I did it. I was hearing all kinds of stuff. Monkeys, they were just, free at the botanical garden. Birds, and it didn't say nothing about no monkeys. Now I see why they say do not walk into the woods. But the woods was like right there. Like there's a trail, and the woods was not gated off or nothing. You could just literally step into the woods. So I'm like, what's gonna keep what's in the woods from getting to me? They got tarantulas. They had all kind of weird ass spiders. I got weave in my head, so I'm fanning and mosquitoes this big. And oh my God. Then I went up to this tower. Why I do that? There was this tower that was way up in the air that you could see over the whole garden. Silver tower, like with stairs. So I climbed up that tower. Well, I went up the stairs. I got all the way up there. I was scared, bitch. I'm scared of heights. Then as I'm up there, I'm getting alerts on my phone. The signal's in and out. There's no signal in the jungle. There's no tower. So my signal was in and out. I was like fearful. And I'm seeing a hot air balloon with 21 people crash in Brazil. Oh, a hiker falls into a volcano after getting left behind on a tour. Like, you can't make this shit up. I was like, wow, it's still popping up. You know, this AI stuff is so amazing how technology works. Even though I know this and I used to do skip tracing and all that, I'm like, oh my God. Like, all this stuff popping up on my phone while I'm in the jungle. Like, fuck me. Yeah, so I'm in the jungle alone because I done walked off and I'm hearing all kind of noises. And then I go in the museum, finally made it to the museum after praying about the people that fell out the sky and had to jump. And then the pilot survived because he jumped. And that's another thing. They don't have a lot of traffic lights and signs in Brazil. The people don't stop. You gotta put your arm out. You better hope it don't get chopped out by a truck driving by. But oh my God, like I fear for my life every time I got to get in a car or try to cross the street. It is horrifying because they're going like what God knows whatever speed, and you have to cross the street. Like you have to. And they don't stop or slow down for nothing. And even if you're supposed to put your arm out, but it's sometimes working, sometimes that's it. So I was like a gecko here because I guess they ain't seen this kind of black. I don't know. But there's a few Africans here, and then there's a few indigenous people. And then of course the people that are Amazonian. So yeah. But anywho. What else? Yeah, so I got the hell out of there after an hour and a half of botanical gardens. I was like, yeah, me going to the Amazon jungle and paying $200 to see some nice little wood floors and to see the people jumping on the sand. Yeah, I'm a scared cat. I don't want to do that. And I noticed that a lot of people, even in a botanical garden, they had on masks. So like bacteria and all that type of stuff is very big here. Like that's a good thing that they tell you to take off your shoes. Like that's, you know, supposed to be a given. Take off your shoes before you come in somebody's house. But it's a big thing here because there's a lot of like bloodborne and bacteria issues here in Brazil. So of course you don't drink the water. You gotta buy all the agua. You too. You have a blessed weekend, Anton. Yeah, they wasn't born with them BBLs. Thank you. Thank you so much for all the compliments. I need them. I really need them. So they done went on break, child. I'm over it. This drink is strong, but it's sweet. Okay, y'all, I'm done talking. And they done dancing. I'm not gonna order food here because, like I said, I went to Cochabamba and ate fried shrimp. So I'm all fooded out. I started my Manjaro back, so I can't eat like that. So I'm just trying to finish my drink and probably like make a master plan for tomorrow before I catch a long flight. Y'all pray for me, safe travels, because I'm gonna go to Panama and be at Panama for almost a day, half a day, more than half a day, almost a day. And then I'm gonna go back to the US and make my plans to either go to Vegas or New Orleans. And my friends are still in Vegas. I'm going to Vegas because, you know, your girl likes to gamble. But I can gamble in either place. I have, you know, memberships and stuff. But I get free rooms in Vegas. So I'm either going to go to Vegas, I can go to Oklahoma to WinStar. I get free, like, rooms at WinStar as well. The only place I don't get, like, free rooms, I don't ever get, like, promotions, is in New Orleans. So I guess I gotta pay more in New Orleans, but I heard Caesars bought Harris in New Orleans. So if I could keep gambling at Caesars, And at the Harris, or staying at Harris, maybe I can get free room. Even though Harris in Vegas is not all that. Maybe I can get free rooms at Harris in New Orleans, you know. So we'll see. We'll see. Y'all have a good night. I love y'all for subscribing. I don't mean to talk crazy about anybody's country, but, you know, I like to say it how I mean it. I like to give people the pros and cons when traveling somewhere, because people lie a lot. I subscribe to so many people that I unsubscribe from for traveling. I went on like their things, and it's like a money grab. I'm not paying anybody to travel. Like, you can do all this stuff for yourself. Book all this stuff, read the reviews on Expedia, Orbitz, Viator. They're all owned by the same freaking company. Go just read the reviews, especially like the ones of solo travelers. Because I travel a lot solo, and this trip is, why I should never travel in groups. I like my own peace. And sometimes a lot of people don't mesh when traveling. But the good thing is, when you travel with people, you learn if you like them or not. So, that's enough said without saying so. One more thing about Brazil, you don't have to tip. That's already factored in your bill, like in Florida. So they won't say gratuity on here. Let me show you again. They don't say like gratuity, but they factor all that in. Like, tipping is not a thing over here. They won't even ask you for a tip or make a big deal. Uber is very low. So yeah, Uber's low, depending on, I went like I said, an hour away. That was like under $20. It's like under $15 for me to go an hour away. What else I need to tell y'all? The food, hit or miss. I like fish. The worst fish I had was at some place called Waku. It was some type of coffee house restaurant that did a fish sandwich burger. And it was raw. It was literally, I should have took a picture of it. I took a picture of the sandwich before I bit out of it, but I didn't take a picture of all the aftermath. And that's another thing about Brazil. Even though they saw that was big bloody, that place, and I'm gonna tell y'all the name about it. I think it's Waku CC or something. It's a cafe restaurant. They literally told me that even though I bit out of it twice, they were like, oh, we'll recook it. So something I bit out of, y'all are gonna put that back in the grease? After they told me that, I didn't want nothing else to eat there. And then they charged me still for it, even though I said I didn't want anything else. And they could just take it off. Like in the US, they'll take it off. All the things we love about our spoiled US. Here in Brazil, as well as probably in certain places in Europe, they will still charge you for it, even if you don't consume it. Or you drink it or whatever. So I still got charged for that. And yeah, the tip thing. But that's it. That's all I wanted to tell y'all. I hope y'all have a blessed weekend. Have a happy Sunday. Depending on how this tab looks, I should close out. Wait a minute. And another thing is, my Amex, I've been able to use it everywhere here, even in like the hood market. At Amex, you're a lot more protected. But it's funny that even though I give it to them and it goes through, they don't know what it is. They're like, what is this? And they trip about it because they're like, oh, it's heavy. They're like, it's heavy. So, yeah, it's real heavy. Get you in all the lounges. Yeah, it's about almost $700 a year for the membership. But the perks, $200 hotel credit at their premier boutique hotel. TSA global entry credit, clear credit. $50 twice a year credit to Saks. $200 airline credit. Unlimited. I don't have a limit. What you spend, that's what you pay. So I don't have a credit limit. If I spend $10,000, I have to pay $10,000. If you don't pay it by the end of the month, you're going to accrue a shitload of interest. They do have a minimum payment that you have to make by a certain date. But if you don't make it, they just don't do like any other credit card, charge your ass a whole bunch of money. But I usually, if I spend $5 grand, I pay the whole day. And I usually pay it before my due date. That's why I have amazing credit. That's another thing. Pat myself on the back. I did good with my credit. 20 years of credit history. But what else do you get? You get entertainment, but I'm not big on watching a lot of TV because I'm always gone. But you get like Disney Plus, all that bull crap, like it's all kind of entertainment credit. Stuff that I know nothing about because I don't watch a lot of TV. I'd rather read a book or look at a magazine and travel. So you get a gym thing to like Equinox. We don't even have one in Austin. So yeah, I don't get to use that. So there's things I don't utilize and there's things that I really utilize, like the travel. You get 5 times the travel credit. And because I picked my airline, you get to pick your airline. I picked American Airlines, which this trip around, I flew Copa to Latin America. It's like Copa or KLM, which is not on the list. United was, when I went from Houston and to Panama, but I didn't put United. Their first class is okay. Maybe I need to fly to other countries, but from Austin to Houston to Panama, it was like, it's okay. It wasn't like nothing fantastic. So I picked American Airlines for my $200 a year airline credit. So it's a lot. So you get well over the amount you pay in your membership, is what I'm saying. And then, because I just signed with them like some months ago, they had a program going on, which a lot of credit card companies are doing right now, because it's like a lot of going on in the world. They want people to spend their money, even though people ain't got no money. They had like 100 or 200, almost 200,000 points if you spent $8,000. So within a month, I spent $8 grand, and I got my points like that. They said it's 6 to 8 weeks before you get your points. My points was on my card within less than 2 weeks. So I have a shitload of points to use. Granted, it's easy to make your points disappear because their airline stuff is expensive. But if you go to like a country where the points are cheap, or you can move your points, like you can transfer them, you can still do that. So you can make the most of your money or your points because you can transfer them. Like to Korea Air, India Air, like that. It gotta be a partner though with Amex. But baby, because Amex, they'll eat up all your points, baby. I've seen that shit with Delta. And Delta, she is that girl. They will eat up all your points just going to Atlanta. You can have 200,000 points and they'll be gone. But anyway, I'm talking too much. Safe travel alone. I made it, God willing. I've traveled a lot of places alone as a woman and a black woman at that. Yes, do I encounter places that are kind of racist and weird? Yeah. But it's safe to travel alone as a woman. Hell, your mental is more important than traveling with people. Because, oh my God, I travel so much alone, and I have a better time because I meet people. There's people that I'm still friends with that I still talk to because I've met them in another country. Like I met people from the U.S. that were in different states while I was in other countries, and they're like, "Hey, Sade." So it's good, Travel by yourself because a lot of people don't like to do the same things. Y'all look at this thing. Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button. Look at this. That's to go in my house. That's so pretty. Anywho, yeah. A lot of times, a lot of people don't want to do the same things you want to do. Like, some people might want to go to excursions. Some people don't. Some people might just want to chill on the beach. Some people don't. Some people might want to stay in the hotel. Some people don't. So I as you can see through my videos. I'm working on my editing after that whole TikTok and CapCut and all that crashed and all this going on with the government. I just haven't like been working on my editing. So, and then I found out like, hey, my most viewed video was not even edited. So I'm just gonna be real. Like, I'm not gonna cut nothing, scrap nothing. I pray nothing crazy happens like while I'm on live or whatever. But I feel like I'm just gonna get on here and be real. I don't want to cut nothing or whatever, but I am still wanting to learn. So I'm still learning how to edit videos. Because I'm not that girl. Yeah. And I don't want to pay nobody to do all that. But anyway, Lotus, thank you for the safe travels. Y'all have a good night.